Okay. I think we're about ready to get started. Welcome, TRIO students. If you've noticed, you are sitting with individuals that are your like major. But Dr. Beverly is sitting here all by herself at the other table. Are there any students that are other majors besides what we have here? Like, are you in graphic computer arts or, yes? Leah? You are. Leah, yes? Okay. If you are in something other than social science, liberal arts, business administration, nursing, and science, then I want you to move over to this table. Dr. Beverly will not bite, I promise. Okay? And I'm probably going to put one of us will sit with you as well, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to have our lunch, and while you're eating, I want you to do an activity. And this is as a result of the Survey Monkey, that survey that we sent out back in May. And you said, I want more interaction at mandatory meetings. I want to get to really know some TRIO students, not just sit there, Ms. Keithley, and listen to you talk. So this is the activity. You each chose 2 colors of lifesavers. Now, when you get through with the activity, you may eat them, but not yet. If you chose red, I want you to tell your group what your favorite movie is and why. If you're green, I want you to talk about your favorite place on earth. If it's white, your favorite memory. Yellow, your dream job. Purple, favorite hobbies and or passion. And for the orange, it's a wild card. You can tell anything about yourself that you would tell me. Okay? Do we understand each other? We do want to also welcome Dr. Beverly as our special guest today. She's the Vice President of Student Affairs, and she is our #1 supporter. And without her, I couldn't do my job, and I don't think we would be as successful. So I really want to thank you for being with us today. And also, we want to welcome Andrea Dixon, who's back at the welcome table. Andrea is our new TRIO work study. Welcome. And Andrea also qualifies for TRIO, so you know she's going to be coming into the program as well. So as soon as we can get her to fill out an application and get interviewed. Okay, I'd like to go ahead and I'm being taped so that students that can't attend either one of the meetings, they can go to the library and check out a CD and watch this so that they don't miss anything. So from now on, this is going to be an option that you have. However, don't even think that you can just go and watch the CD just because you want to. You're going to have a good reason for not coming to the meeting. It's got to be work or school, or somebody better be on their way to the hospital. Okay? All right. So we're going to go ahead and have a blessing, and the food is in the back. Joanne, do we have enough for everyone? I tell you what, this is what I'm going to ask. If you signed up at the last minute and Joanne said you need to kind of hold back and wait and see if there's some extra lunches in case someone didn't show up, I'm going to ask you to please have the honor system and do that, okay? So let's go ahead and have our blessing. Father, we just thank you for today. I thank you for my precious students and for how hard they're working, for their passions that they're trying to fulfill. And I know for each and every one of us, there are so many barriers that life just presents. But my prayer today is that we're able to concentrate on the good and the positive, and that we're able to see that glass half full rather than half empty, and that we persevere, and that we always know that in the TRIO office there are ladies that care about these students, that they can come and talk to us, but also I want these students to realize they can begin to talk and share with each other and with their mentors. Bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies, and these things I ask in your name. Amen. Okay, so y'all can go ahead, get your lunch, and I'd like to start the program in probably about 1:30, no later than 1:30, because I know that some of you have class or work. Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
So good seeing you. I'm so glad you're here.
Me too.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, y'all, for the sake of time, we're going to go ahead and move forward. I love this. So, did you like being able to sit with some folks that are your major and talk about, did the icebreaker kind of help for those of you that are introverted, especially like I am? Did it kind of help with the conversation and give you something to say? Did any group find out something absolutely unbelievable about somebody that they'd like to share, that person would like to share? Yes. Okay. Yes? No. Okay. Okay. We'll let Philip. Philip?
I found out that Kendra plays video games. That's it. Yeah.
Excellent. Anybody else? It's okay. Yes, ma'am.
Benjamin scuba dives. That is, wow. I can barely swim. Scuba dive.
Excellent, Benjamin. That's great. So while we're waiting for the chewing to finish, I'd like to know, raise your hand if this is your very first semester in the TRIO program. Okay? Fantastic. Okay. And if you all would just please stand and just introduce yourselves. And I know you're not Mike, but it's okay. Go ahead. That's okay.
My full name is Niami Ojima Gloverette. My name means the sweetness of the beautiful melody. I'm 31 years old, have 4 kids at home. I am happily married, and I'm here.
Niambi, welcome. Welcome. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Tiana Jones, and I'm an ex-skater cheerleader. I need some people. So maybe you can learn that this year. This is my second year at Thomas Nelson. I have 3 children. I'm married. Outside of this, I coach cheerleading and I dance. And my major is actually science movement.
That's wonderful. Well, we're going to help you get there. Thank you so much.
I'm Ben Holiday. This is actually my second semester at Thompson Nelson. I started back in 2006. However, I stopped because I became a police officer in the police department. Once I got tired of that, which was real quick, I decided to pursue my goal to be a politician. So I'm studying social science and transfer to government at William.
Fantastic, Ben. I'm sorry, I didn't see you standing. That's okay. That's okay. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Keithley. Really happy to be here. I don't have much station maybe standing.
It's good to have you. And your major is social science? Welcome. Yes, ma'am. You go right ahead. The floor is yours now.
That got me that I found something amazing about Keithley. She got to serve President Obama and travel to the United States.
I don't think they heard that. Kayla got to do what?
She got to serve with President Obama. What was your position?
State Director of African American Faith Outreach.
State Director of African American Faith Outreach. And I'm so jealous.
Kayla, you might just have to give a presentation when your confidence. If you worked in that kind of position, you have the confidence. So we're going to get with you. But congratulations, that's a wonderful thing to have accomplished.
We had some that came in the summer, and so they're going to bring some mandatory meeting, and we don't realize we want to in the summer.
Sure, if you're new to TRIO and you've never been to a mandatory meeting, if you will stand, if you're new. Okay, yes ma'am, who are you? Who are you?
My name is Tasha.
Tasha, welcome. Yes ma'am. Sarah, welcome. Yes ma'am.
My name is Jennifer Johnson.
Nice to have
My
you.
last year here, I'll be graduating in the spring.
Nice to have you, Jennifer. Yes ma'am.
My name is Jamila.
Jamira, nice to have you. Leah?
I'm Leah Holloway. I will be graduating in the spring with an Associate of Business Admin and Social Science.
Congratulations. Okay. All right. I've been missing in action for a couple of weeks, and I appreciate all the patience that you all have had. And I know that Val and Joanne, things have been really hectic this fall. We've got the largest enrollment that we've ever had. And I just appreciate once again your patience and not being able to always walk in and see me. But I want to share with you some of the things that I've been working on. And I want you to know why it's so great to be in TRIO. And these are not Virginia Keithley statistics. These are your statistics that I'm very proud to share. These are the things that I have to prove in the needs section of the grant. And I want you to know that from fall to fall, that means people that come in the fall and people that come back the next fall, for the whole college, it's about 55%. But for low-income first-generation students, it's only 34%. So that means people that fit your profile drop out here at the rate of about 66% after the first year. For TRIO, 86.6% of you are here from one fall to the next. Incredible. Incredible. The goal in the grant is only 60%, and so you all are going far, far and above that. So you need to be feeling really good about yourselves. The 3-year graduation rate for Thomas Nelson is 11% for the 3-year rate. For low-income first-generation students like yourself, it is 3%. For TRIO, it's 19%. 3-year graduation. Now, in our new grant, you are going to have 4 years now to graduate as far as the grant is concerned. I mean, we all know you can take as long as you want, but our focus is going to change a little bit so that you do have an extra year. The average community college student, it's very rare that they get out in 3 years. So I think for us to have a 19% rate is remarkable. 3-year transfer rate for Thomas Nelson is 10.5. For low-income first generation, this is astounding, 0.06%. Out of 3 years that transfer. For TRIO, it's 13%. Our goal is only 10, so once again, you're far above. The average GPA for Thomas Nelson is 2.06, 1.53 for low-income first-generation students, and a 1.42 for low-income first-generation minority students. In TRIO, the average GPA is 2.78, and last year in 08-09, we actually had 40 TRIO students that had a perfect 4.0 GPA. So I definitely think with these kind of statistics, when the college begins to see the research that's been done, I think that they're going to be very happy that TRIO is here and that our influence is here. And for you all, this fall has been remarkable in terms of the number of students that are coming in to join. We've not done that many classroom presentations. It's because of you. Word of mouth is finally getting out that if you want to succeed and you want to have a support network, you need to be in this program. So once again, I want to thank you for that and keep up the good work. So now we're just going to kind of get down to business. Just some of the things that I want to remind you about. Please, if you have address and phone changes, Joanne's got the sheet in the back of the room for you to look at, and if it's right, all you need to do is check it. If something's changed, you need to change it. Check your VCCS Google email. And Jerry Matthey, one of our mentors, she said if you want to take your school email and make sure it goes to your home email so that you're only looking at one set of emails instead of 5, you can do that. And she knows how to do it, and you can ask her, because I don't know how to do it. But I can actually email you, though, that information. College Success Workshops, they were sent by email, and they look like this. You will get credit if you go to one of these workshops. Make sure you get the instructor to sign off the date that you went, and make sure that you have their signature. The Facebook page. Poor David Ho has been trying to get into this, I think, for 3 months, and I was telling him the wrong thing. When you go to Facebook and you join, you want to go up and be invited by, you want to look for TRIO TNCC, TRIO a break TNCC, and you want to be invited to be its friend. Once Joanne or I get that, we will let you be friend of TRIO. No one else is allowed to be in this, and as you graduate, I think what I'm going to do is actually create a TRIO TNCC alumni page so that you can begin to find out activities, ways that you can help if you would like to come in and do presentations, that type of thing. But once you graduate, you will be taken out of this group. Mid-semester evaluations. If you have a C or below right now in a class, you need to get yourself to tutoring. The mid-semester evaluations are going to go out very shortly, and they're due back the 16th of October. Val will be meeting with those that are in trouble that next week, the week of the 19th, but the last day to withdraw is October 23rd. So right now, the tutoring center, I sat in there yesterday for a little while and observed. She said for all the people that didn't show up or that called out at the last minute, there's another whole group of students that she could have served. And so I think that Susan's getting ready to crack down. Don't call her the night before and leave a message that you can't make it just because you didn't do your homework, because you're going to find yourself not being able to get tutoring because there are more students than tutor slots this semester, okay? So if you have a C or below, or you've got that feeling we've talked about, that throw-up syndrome feeling, yeah, you need to get to tutoring. And if you have a problem with tutoring, with your tutor, first of all, talk to Susan. Talk to Susan. She might be able to switch you to a different tutor. If that doesn't work, come and talk to one of us. If I'm there, come and talk to me. If I'm not there, talk to Val. No shows for trio. When you signed your contract, it was stipulated to keep your appointments, okay? If you cannot make your appointment, it is okay to call that morning and say, my child is sick, or I'm sick, or whatever the situation is. It's okay. But call Joanne and let her know. That way, sometimes Val is booked back to back, and we've been telling walk-ins sometimes, we're sorry, we can't see you because Val is booked, but if she knows she's going to have a slot open, she might be able to see you. Student activities count. Student activities that are, I believe they're on the website. You can go to them, or you can go to Khadijah right around the corner. They count also as a trio activity. So make sure that you get whoever is holding the activity, they're in charge of it. Get a piece of paper or come to the office and get one of the trio activity sheets, get them to sign off. Also, we weren't sure if that presidential scholarship was going to be in effect. It is. So for those of you that are new, you can go to see Clarence Hunley in Templin Hall. He has the sign-up sheets outside of his door. If you go to 5 student activities that are approved a semester, you'll get $100 off on your tuition and books. $100 off next semester. That's like a free $100. Transfer schools. How many of you, I know Andre is graduating in December. Is there anyone else here that's going to finish in December? Okay. Okay, I was going to say you need to be paying attention to those application deadlines. Val came up with the best idea. She says if you're going to March in May, you need to do your graduation application now. And the reason why is it will force records to do an audit of the classes. And if anything's wrong, you've got time between now and January to sign up for a missing class or get it straight so that you're okay for May. So please go ahead and fill out that application ASAP. If you need help, come by, but it's pretty self-explanatory. The other thing that Val wants you to do, go into your MyTNC account. You might have been dropped and you don't even know it. You might have a grade change that you're not aware of. You need to be checking your financial aid. Don't just do this once a semester. I would say maybe once every 2 weeks or so, go in and just check your pages and make sure that everything is as it should be. And that way there are no surprises. Student focus groups. We sent out an email asking for trio students who wanted to be a part of this focus group. I believe they're next week. And I believe the one for next Wednesday, she's still a little short. So if you're interested, please let Vanessa Buellman in Dr. Fontaine's office know. This is not just for trio students, but they ask us to put the request out because they know how vocal you are. They know that a lot of you have been around, you've taken part in activities, and you kind of have an opinion about things that they would like to hear. So I encourage you to be a part of that.
What is that about again?
It's just to express your opinion about certain things at the college that they're trying to evaluate. Okay? All right, so that's kind of the housekeeping that I wanted to talk about. So now we're going to look at the dates. October 16th is going to be our first mentor-mentee event of the semester, and in a minute they're going to talk to you about that. October 20th, ODU will be in the Wythe Hall Gallery. So if that's a transfer school that you're interested in, I believe Norfolk State will be there as well as St. Leo. But for most of our students, it's usually ODU that you're interested in. So they'll be there to answer your questions. The big college fair is going to be October 29th in the Wythe Hall Gallery from 9 to 11. That's not very long, and there's about 50 colleges that come. And I skipped last day to withdraw. Just don't forget that. It's really important. And for some of you, you come in that next week and you go, I should have withdrawn. I knew I should have withdrawn, and now I'm going to fail the class. Try to process, do the pros and cons, talk to someone, talk to the instructor. If there's no way that you're going to pull it out, go ahead and withdraw. It's better to do that than it is to wait till the next week and you're stuck and you're going to get an F. October 26th, this is for you. This is when you can early register for classes come January. And I just want to share with you a tidbit. Val does not help you do an academic planning form just because she likes to sit around and do all that work with you. It's a tool. And I could not believe how many of you went online and just arbitrarily signed up for any class. You did it early. You signed up for some really dumb classes that you didn't need. You're on financial aid. Your financial aid's going to run out before you can get out of here taking these unnecessary classes. That academic planning form is so you have a roadmap. Doesn't mean that every now and again you can't take something that you really want to take, but we want to get you out of here. You want to get out of here, okay? So please, refer back, and if you don't have a copy of it, come to the office and we'll make a copy of it for you. December 2nd is going to be our holiday celebration right here in this room, and it's going to take place from noon to 2. It's kind of a walk-in, walk-out. We will have a program. We'll have a good time. It's really just a great way to end the semester. And I'm really excited about this. March the 1st and 2nd, it's the Monday and Tuesday of spring break. We're going to take an overnight trip to Washington, D.C. It's going to be great. And one of the things that our division has decided that we want to have as part of our student learning outcomes is more dialogue on diversity. Not just ethnic diversity, but there's a lot that we can talk about in that area. So one of the things that we're going to be doing, we're going to be watching Schindler's List as a group, and then we're going to actually go to the Holocaust Museum in Washington. We're also going to go to the White House. We're on the list in Congressman Scott's office, but they just can't let us know yet. But I don't see any reason why that we won't be able to get in. So that's another opportunity to do something exciting. And there's some other things that we've got planned, but it will be an overnight trip. So we're going to have a great time. So come by the office. There is an interest sign-up sheet. We'll have an official sign-up sheet starting second semester, but I can tell you right now, if you're on academic warning or probation, you will not be able to go. Okay? We're going to start a financial series in January, and it was as a result of the SurveyMonkey. Over 80% of you said that you had concerns over finances. And so we're going to begin to talk about saving money, budgeting, student loans, and the repercussions. A lot of discussion. So I kind of want you to, and it's no right or wrong answer, but it's a time for you to come and talk about some things that are concerning you, and we're going to use those as jumping off points. And then the diversity focus groups are also going to be in January, start in January. Schindler's List is going to be part of that. But just going to be talking about a lot of different things, because as TRIO students, I want you to represent yourselves as great human beings, because you are. And there are a lot of differences on our campus. And we need to recognize that we may not always agree with the difference, but we can agree to disagree in a respectful manner. So we're also going to be discussing those things. All right. Okay. Now, I just got another letter in the mail today, and Dr. Beverly doesn't even know about this yet. We were awarded an additional $20,600 back in August for grant aid. Today I got a letter. We've got an additional $2,722 to add to that. You add all that on top of the $14,800 that we already had in our budget. We're going to be awarding $37,892 in supplemental grant aid in the spring. That is so powerful. Beginning January the 11th, you can come by and get your application. It's due back in the office by 4:30 on the 19th, and you all know I do not accept it by email. I do make you jump through some hoops for the money. You have to walk in the office, get it stamped, and turned in by 4:30 on the 19th. Now, unfortunately, it's not for everyone. I wish it could be, but these are federal dollars, and we have to go by their criteria. Y'all know that you have to have a 2.3 the end of December term. 2.3 minimum. You've got to be on Pell. That's not my rule, the government's rule. And you've still got to have unmet need. And finally, you've got to write a little 500-word essay. So for the students that are new this semester, I'm going to do something that I've never done before. You will be eligible to apply for this money in the spring. But this semester, you've got to be involved in TRIO. And I've got to see that you're meeting with Val, you're coming to find out about your mid-semester evaluations, you're signing up for the mandatory meetings, you're signing up for the focus groups and whatever else. And for the mentors and the mentees, if you're a new mentee, you've got to be meeting with your mentors and communicating with them by email and phone and trying to do some activities, okay? I'm going to probably give away the bulk of the money in that competition simply because you need it. Even though you'll apply in January, the wheel turns very slow and you probably will not get awarded the money until March. But for a lot of you, that's going to be the money that you're going to need to go to summer school. Okay? So be thinking about this. Be thinking about the goals you want to set for this money and that you're going to work toward it. Alrighty, at this time, I want all the mentors, and I think Colin Scott is the only one. Nicole Waldo is not here either. So we're taping this. So we're going to let each mentor just hand this to each other. I want you to introduce yourself and quickly do the assignment that I gave you. Come on up. We're running out of time. Y'all just want to stand right up here so everybody can.
Take two. Hi, I'm Jerry Matthey. I'm a new mentor this year. This is my second year in TRIO. And our assignment was to come up with a test tip, or test taking tip. My tip, and this is what I was given back in high school, but I kind of ignored it way back in the Stone Age. If you are given a mid-year review or even a final exam review, and the instructor lists things like possible essay subjects, take that, put that in capital letters, and go through your book and look for references to those essay questions and just kind of jot down little notes. You'll be surprised that when you actually go to write your essay question, how many of those things you'll really remember. And that works for short answers as well. So good luck.
Hello, my name is Kendra Ramos, and I think this is my second semester as a mentor, and I love it. I love my mentees. They're all sitting over there. Don't look, but they're over there. My study tip would be Don't wait till the last minute to get a tutor. If you know it's going to be a problem, get one immediately. And on top of that, make an assessment of what your abilities are in that particular subject. But again, don't wait till the last minute. Procrastination gets you nowhere.
Hello, everyone. My name is Philip Miller. Phil, you see me around the campus. This is my second semester as a mentor, I believe. My study tip is study. Okay, look at your schoolwork. You have class every day. Look at your schoolwork when you get home. Don't just go home and be like, oh, school's done. Okay, look at your schoolwork so that you can take this test and be like, oh, I know this. Okay, I know this. Okay, I know this. Okay, I remember seeing that. So you can ace your test. Okay.
Hello, my name is Amanda Renfro. This is I think it's my third or fourth, fourth semester as a mentor. I'm the fossil of the group, but I didn't study in high school, but I'm an auditory learner, so I just absorbed a lot from just being in class. And I knew that when I came here, things would have to change because it would be much harder. But my tip is just to personalize your study session because we don't all learn the same way. So I do a lot of visual things. I like note cards and I like to color code things. So just figure out which way you learn the best and use that method because we're all different.
Hey guys, I'm Doreen, and I am also your lead mentor this year, and I'm very excited about that. My study tip would be in conjunction with Amanda's: learn your learning style and stick to it, but above that, get some sleep. One of the most important things I can tell you from personal experience, cramming gets you nowhere. After about 11, 12 o'clock for me, I have to hang it up and go to bed. And then I just wanted to tell you all for the mentor-mentee function that's on the 16th of October, that's Friday night from 6 to 8. We are having game night in the cafeteria. We're going to have pizza for dinner, so make sure you let Joanne know because we need a head count so we got enough food to feed you guys. That's it.
If any mentee has not signed their contract, but I think everybody has. You can see Doreen, but also if you were menteed last year and you never had your exit interview, you also need to see your mentor about scheduling that so that there can be some closure there. And if you want to be carried on because maybe you were only menteed back in the spring and you want to be carried on into the fall, please see your mentor and email them or call them and let them know that. We're going to be closed Monday. The staff is going to be at my home again, and we're going to continue trying to get this grant written. There's a chance that we might also be closed Friday, but we're just going to see how far we can get on Monday. But just keep those 2 days in mind. If you haven't gotten your picture taken for our folder system, please see Val at the end of the meeting, and she's just going to quickly take your picture. And what we do is we scan that into your application, and it helps me so much because y'all know I have memory issues. But if I can go to the file and see your picture, it really helps reinforce who you are, and I appreciate it. And then finally, our work study is working on cards that can be handed out, but I didn't know if some of you might want to copy this down because you might need it this weekend. A lot of you already know this is a math link off of the Thomas Nelson website, and it actually will walk you through so that you can practice on some problems, and it can help you. So I highly recommend if you're in Math 03 or 04, you need to be using this link. I think that's it. Okay, we're back to square one. Is there, yes, Miriam?
Last semester you gave us a link about the phone. So I don't know if you get this here, but if everybody didn't know about that same link, that's something.
Last time we had a meeting, you gave us a website
Yes.
So some of us could get cell phones or to be able to keep in contact.
I think if you meet it, that will not.
I don't even remember that. So I will have to go back and look at it to see if it's still available. Okay? All right. Yes, ma'am.
The slide that you just showed, it was for math 03 and 04. Do you have like another program for math?
Val, she's asking, are there links for higher level math? And also, if you check with Vicki Herzog in the Math Center, she will know. And by the way, for the new students, you need to utilize the writing lab and the math lab that is down from the tutoring center. Excellent help. Okay, I'm just trying to think, was there anything else? Anything else? Okay, so Joanne says we still have some graphing calculators to loan. Yes, honey. Yes. We haven't either, and we've been waiting for that to come out because it's usually on the success workshops. Okay, I don't see anything. I do see like study skills for math and math anxiety, but I don't see anything for that. Vicki is the one in the math center, so I would advise you all to go by and ask her. And if she needs for us to spearhead a day and a time, we probably won't have food, but we can spearhead and Joanne can get a room. Okay? Anything else? Okay, stick together, help each other, encourage each other, be positive. You're doing a great, phenomenal job, and we're going to have so many students that graduate come May. Also, I want you to begin to keep this in mind. We're going to lose almost every mentor. And so if this is something that you feel like is in your heart, you would really like to mentor other students, begin to think about it, because come spring, I'm going to be sending those applications out, okay, so that we can have training, because when the new grant starts, we're going to have a summer bridge next summer, and it's going to be very exciting, but the mentors are going to play a really big role in that. Okay, anything else before we do our door prize? Yes, Doreen?
Just wanted to let you guys know, the mentors, if you don't have a mentor, and you pass us in the hallway, please don't feel like you cannot speak to us if something's going on, especially with everything that you guys have on your plate right now. Please feel free, say hello, like, can I just talk to you for a minute? We're here too, and we're not just here for our people that
Exactly.
And,
They're my seasoned students. They can help you with just about anything. Okay?
Did everyone fill one out?
Yes, ma'am. You know, that's a really good question. We do have a TRIO user group that has emails and phone numbers, but because of privacy issues, I'd be very reluctant to send that out. So I think it's a matter of beginning to come to activities and you begin to recognize names and faces, and they hang out in the tutoring lab. That's probably the best way. It's just, yes, you do. Do you do Facebook? Okay, because that's another venue that we use. Yes, darling. Well, it's funny you should bring that up. In this grant, the new grant, we're working on having a virtual community out of Blackboard for TRIO students. So I just can't do it all this year, but I'm working on it. So by next year, we should be able to have something like that in place. Okay, we're going to have our drawing. I don't want to do it. Why don't you let Dr. Beverly pull it? She's good at that. This is for a Trio flash drive. Alexis, congratulations. Yes. Dr. Beverly, I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you a question because I can't remember. What is the rule for students using their flash drives on campus? They can do it as long as they're in a lab, because I think I had a student come by yesterday and wanted to use it in our office and run off a paper. I cannot put your flash drives into any equipment in my office. So, but you can use the lab. Thank you. Okay, y'all. You can email me documents. Yes, ma'am.
I was going to say, like some of the mentors, they said, if you're on Facebook, if we want to, can we just voluntarily give, our information to them just so they can kind of just at times or, switch information?
Sure. You can give your information to anyone that you choose. I just cannot do that. Okay? All right, we're going to have a great weekend, and I thank you so much.